The newest time-limited Genshin Impact event has a tower defense minigame. I'm not really good at those, but so far I did not have any struggles. Attack mode is very easy. Here's where everything started, on the beach. So attack mode is very easy. All you have to do is consider the elemental reactions, how they interact with each other, and put a order in which you place them that makes sense, and hope for the best. Defense mode is harder because you don't get to pick your options. You just have to make do with what the game gives you, and you have to face them also when the game wants you to and not at your own convenience. So you can't be that flexible with what you do, and it's a little bit more stressful. So let's go for this. But I managed both of them without any problems. Mutual security enhancing simulation. In order to improve the security situation through Teviat, the Millalith and the armed forces of neighboring nations are working together to hold a cooperative wargame, seeking ways to improve the tactics. Here's a weapon, which I already got from the rewards. And this is the weapon upgrade material, but I can't really upgrade the weapon anymore, because I have not unlocked the region that I need to get some stuff to upgrade it. So I'll leave that be for now. Wargame details. Assault scenario. My favorite one, and the defense scenario. Everything perfect. And this is the new one. Contested river crossings. Best time 3:55, 3:58, 3:51. Pretty consistent. Go to challenge. A venue built by the general staff of the Millalith for holding joint wargame exercise. As the wargaming is still in a trial phase, the budget is limited, in turn restricting the scale of the meeting. Not a mora was wasted during the construction of this venue. The size is just right for this iteration's requirements, offering enough space for the delegations from each of the neighboring nations. And I mean each one. We have the Shogunate, we have the Millalith, we have the Corps of the 30, and even those guys from Maréchal Phantom from Fontaine. They all are here, and I only have talked with this one so far about the backstory. Should I go through the story of someone of the others? Those guys are from Sumeru. She must be from Mondstadt. Fonia. She is clearly from Fontaine. Let's learn more about her. Turina, of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, reporting to Protoboss. Okay, greetings. Seeing that you're participating too really makes the trip down here totally worth it. I paused at the wrong part of the sentence. Since when did I become Protoboss? About the special patrol at the simulation. Yep. Let's learn more about my new nickname. Aha! That's Captain Chavros and Captain Gooseheart's assessment of you. The highest acknowledgement of both the special patrol and the guards. Good, I'm mainly familiar with the guards. You've been promoted from boss Level Force to Proto Boss. Doesn't sound like an improvement. I prefer Boss Level Force. That means not only are your fighting skills up to par, but you're the cream of the crop when it comes to commanding as well. Doesn't the fact that the staff officer from the Millelith, Sudung, invited you to join prove it? The simulation was pretty interesting. I got to see some of the greatest fighters from other countries for myself, and how they dealt with monsters was simply dazzling. It was just like any stuff you showed me before. Oh, sorry, no, you're a super busy bee buzzing all over, so you might not be able to remember right away. When I was playing, oh, I remember that one. Little Fungus Fantastic Fiesta before you gave me the gift of your insight. Ah, yes, now that you mentioned it, that sound I think rings a bell. And during the Fontaine Film Festival, you showed me just a real Top Gun. Just what a real Top Gun could do in 1,000 pace interdiction Archmaniat sharp. You need a shorter name for that. That was a genuine revelation. I've made pretty significant progress lately, and I haven't had too many missions on my docket, so when Captain Chevrus and Captain Gosrohard got the invitation, they decided to send me as a representative. The patrol members you thought are all slowly getting better. I'm working hard to become an outstanding sharpshooter capable of helping you. Trust me, the time you spent helping wasn't wasted on me. Give yourself some credit too. Then study hard. No, I'll encourage her. You're simply too kind. Leave that name out, please. I can't deal with it. Anyway, I can't just thank you enough. I'll be joining in a few more simulations over the next few days. The mini-monsters they use each time are different. And it kinda feels like my brain is playing in a series of tactical plays. I think they meant to write in a series, not serious. Might be a typo there. There was yet another text about a special patrol and the stimulation. Actually, this isn't our first time working with a Millelith. As you know, Lumidus Harbor and Gillingharf Wharf are just across the sea from each other, so we have a long-standing working relationship to maintain order and guarantee the safety of shipping. So after Captain Chevreuse got the letter, she was pretty stoked. After all, every time we work together, both sides learn a lot about tactics and tech from one another. For example, let me think. Before, we learned about different Millelith formations with layered ranks, and so we improved our rank volleyfire, stabilizing the rhythm of our musket volleys. Sounds very tactical. And for their part, the Millelith improved their own equipment by studying our muskets, or I don't know how it's pronounced, allowing them to better deal with criminals who may have smuggled in firearms or ruin machines that utilize similar weaponry. I've heard that some Millelith smiths are researching a type of armor that consists of piecing together blocks of a specially fired type of ceramic. between two pieces. Teflon, I think it is, or something like that. That way, when bullets strike the armor, they would first disintegrate upon striking the outermost layer, causing the projectile to lose its structural integrity and greatly reduce the penetrative power. As the bullet continues onward, the ceramic it is, plate in the middle will break, absorbing the vast majority of the impact, and finally the powerless, deformed bullet will stop by the final layer of the armor. Against muskets, I think it's pronounced muskets. Against muskets with a small enough caliber or light enough ammo, you could get shot at point blank range, and the bullet still might not get through. That sounds pretty. I want to say too. They don't really shoot at me often in this game, so I'll pick option 1. For that you'll have to ask our Millelith friends. I expect armor like that costs a fortune, and it may be different to manufacture on a large scale. Difficult, not different. Also, it may be too heavy for ordinary. I am not ordinary people. Though, according to legend, the Millelith that fought in the Great War way long ago wore armor that was heavier than a Gardemek, and their weapons were comparable to naval artillery, so it probably isn't too heavy for them. And ordinary musketeers wouldn't have a chance at hitting someone as skilled as you, so you probably don't need extra protection like that. Okay, that's enough of the cup tactics from Fontaine. Now let's go for the actual... So this here was new for me too, I hadn't read it yet. But let's go for the game now. Confirm lineup. So these are my enemies. They are pretty evenly distributed with their abilities. They have some of those here, plenty of those. Half of the team is those, and half of the team is the other ones. So it gets trickier, because before they would have mainly the same attributes, so you could plan your group better. But now there might be more surprises. You can't just go with one of the groups. You have to match and mix them up more efficiently. My best guess, my best approach, would be to go with this one, I think. They only have one unit that's strong against those types. So, the arrow guys. And I usually start with melee. Single target ranged, melee. Lightning. After lightning, I'd like to pick ice. Sounds good. Then fire for melt, hopefully. No, I would need water for that. I would need water. Do I want to take this water? Or this one? Deploys freely. 14 seconds cooldown. Melee unit. Cannot target flying. I don't have flying enemies, except the last one. Immune to hydro damage is not interesting. After being defeated, deals hydro damage. Okay, I'll pick this one. Then we can take some fire. This guy or those. Pyrospectre. Immune to pyro damage. Okay, I take it. Lightning would be nice after all this. And to wrap things up, we shall go with some more water or ice. I think water might work. So that's the plan, to mix the elements as efficiently as possible, as long as they stay alive to do what they're supposed to do. Then I can give my leader a special skill that has a 45 seconds cooldown and can be used twice. Usually I take Whirlwind for anemo damage. And this is Flames. That is not very effective. And this here heals, but yeah, I never tested it. I'll just go with Whirl. Swirl, not Whirl.